come through, man. So it take about 5 minutes.
Your
We
next
got
video
Sonny
should be
Arquette. You know what I'm saying? The man, the myth, the legend.
your next video should be called "Wishing for a Better Life" Part One. What it looks like.
Hey, hey, that's hilarious, man. Hold on, let me
Wishing
see.
for a better life, part one. What it looks like to wish for a better life.
Right. Nah, I'm gonna keep it like cool, man. What's
I
up?
just got it by my lamp. I ain't got my old light. I just got it by my lamp. So is my lighting cool?
I just found out we got a Me Fitness behind my house.
Do y'all?
Yeah, I didn't even know that they still exist, to be honest with you.
I seen some. I seen a couple. I ain't never been to the one, but I seen it.
I
They
think
also built a Vasa down the street from you too.
from wait, where?
I think it's gonna be. It's that It's right by where Epic Ultra Lounge used to be.
What?
I think it's gonna be a Vasa over there.
They putting the Vasa at is it where the restaurant Hooters? Is that what they doing?
I know it's close to there, super close
That's
to there.
crazy. That's gonna be
So
tight
yeah,
though.
Young
Yeah.
Yasa, I'm gonna check it out, see what they talking about in there.
Boston and Castleton is crazy work. That's gonna be
Yeah, I
crazy work.
know. Vasa and Castleton, what?
Boston and Castleton, crazy work.
Vasa and Castleton, that's wild. Like what? I think it's supposed to build a crutch over there. I think too. I don't know what they
Nah, it does. I think
doing.
I don't know. They should put more commercial stuff around here, man. It's too much stuff people don't go to. You know what I'm saying?
Like what?
Yeah, but just open stuff and close stuff. Like, man, just put something here that everybody can go to.
Yeah, keep it. Don't turn. Don't touch nothing.
You
You
know,
know what I mean? You do too much touching.
that's crazy.
Vasa and Castleton. That's gonna be wild. I'm gonna check it out. See what they talking about over
That's crazy. What's up? What's up? What's going on, y'all? What's cracking?
there. Betsita Martinez. Hola.
What's cracking? What's going on? Eric,
What
what's
y'all
good?
boys on my G? Eric Robinson. What up?
What's up? What's up? What's up? Y'all, what's cracking? We gonna let it. What's up? What's up?
Julio Gonzalez.
You know what I'm saying? We got Sonny Arquette on here, man. It's my homie, man. What's the topic?
Forgot your ass blind.
We
You need
going
some glasses.
we talking about healing, man. We talking about after after the narcissist. You know what I'm saying? He said, "Are you guys twins?" J. Cool. What's going on, y'all? Cracking. Gonna give it a few more minutes, man, before everybody get in here. Where everybody from? Everybody tap in. Where y'all from, man?
Yeah, make some noise. Where y'all from? Send the likes, send the donations, send the super chat, the whole nine.
Uh, I just figured out all that stuff as of recently. To be honest with you, I didn't even know that you can put that stuff on here. What's up,
What
y'all? What's
super
cracking?
chats?
What's going on, Jennifer?
Okay. All right, Jennifer. What up?
Yeah,
Yay. Hi. All that.
trying to let me see this little tripod. Boy, this little thing been through a lot. Boy, I'm gonna have to get a new one. This the thing that's seen a lot. This little tripod that's seen a lot, boy. I'm about to get
Yeah,
a new.
this drop by.
If this
You gotta come
tripod
through
can
with something
talk,
new.
boy. This tripod been seen a lot. Straight up. What's going on, Wayne?
Hey, like and share the live. Tell your friends to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. I cut my workout short for you, so you better make it worth my while, fool.
Ah, man, here you go, man. Here you go.
Cut my workout short for you, so make it worth my while.
Nah, man, but how you let's get into it, y'all. Let's get into it, y'all. how you feel about where you at since the apocalyptic event in
The apocalypse.
in the timeline. You know what I'm saying?
The apocalypse, the ripping the dimensions and all that. 616. Uh, my 616 is cool. I realize, what it's cliche to hear, and you don't realize it until you out of it. Time does like heal stuff like that. You know what I mean? The longer you get, you might not ever completely get over it, but you get a grasp of it, and it doesn't completely control you either. It doesn't manipulate and completely take over and completely jade your perceptions of everything. Now it has an effect on it, you know what I mean? Sometimes it might make you more cynical, it might make you more distrusting, but you gotta actually be able to put in the work, and you gotta actually want to do the work to actually not let what you had happen to you corrupt you and control you. Now, like I said, you don't never, I would say, all the way heal from it. It just kind of grows with you, and you kind of just learn to like as long as you do the work for some internal development, so you don't let what happened to you can corrupt you completely, you'll be perfectly fine. And you'll get to a place where you're over the hump, and you'll realize that what you went through was more needed than you realize. It's like I said, Dr. Romney would say, it's the teacher you didn't want, but it's the lesson that you did need. You see what I'm saying? You needed to go through that, because you told me that something was gonna force you to move. If you ain't moving fast enough, something's gonna force you to move. Like, hey, times are
uh,
moving, and it's never in the ideal sense. And how you wanted to move, but sometimes it takes that. It like life is literally like a muscle. When you do have to break down that muscle in order to build that up stronger, as cliche as it sounds, just don't let your traumas or whatever happen to you completely miscolor the lines of everything that you look for, or everything you look forward to, and it gives you like a negative perspective on everything that you look at. Even with relationships, friendships, co-workerships, that type of stuff, because you'll always see things from like a cynical and poisonous view. Man, you'll take like a lesser optimistic approach toward things, and it'll teach you in the future to see things more. I've been trying to change my framework in my language. I've been trying to see things, instead of saying I was struggling, like, rather than just me being challenged. So instead of saying, yo, this summer I was struggling, no, this summer I was being challenged. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to change your own vocabulary and trick your own brain, and readjust your thought patterns and your framework through how you talk, because you'll always hear yourself. You can never mute yourself. You see what I'm saying? So instead of saying, yo, I was struggling this summer, yeah, this summer was crazy, that and the third, no, I was being challenged this summer. And I had a list of obstacles that I had to actually sit my paws in the ground to try to like sit my nails in the ground and try to buckle down and see what this is. You see what I'm saying? It ain't nothing I ain't been through before. It's just something I gotta change up now. So even just changing the framework, but yeah, I can look at certain things and not see it from a cynical view, and even find humor in it. You find humor in it, like um, you
yeah,
learn
wishing
to
for a
give
better
yourself
life.
outward grace, huh?
Wishing for a better life. Yeah, okay.
With your
Yeah,
bed, with your back to the bed like this,
right.
to the
Yeah.
wall, like.
You gotta, but you gotta make fun of it low key, man, because it is funny low key, because it's like, man, how dare you? It like you should, it should be the audacity to let yourself deal with that today again. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the meme with Dave Franco? The audacity in you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta, your yourself has to be more valuable than what you've been giving yourself throughout your entire life, man. Like, most of the time, like I've always said, you get groomed into dealing with these situations with these people 24/7, that you don't even understand that it's a natural programming for you to belittle yourself when you find these kind of people. So when you reprogram yourself and unlearn the habits to actually trust yourself, that's when the actual transformation begins for real, for real. You start to retrust yourself, and relearn, what it is to what's the word I'm looking for, man? what it is to be.
Retrusting yourself is a very paramount thing. It is a very that's very paramount. I'm glad you said that. Glad you said that. Because you'll get to a spot in your life when all that happens, you don't want to do nothing else again of that nature because you don't want to run into the same issues. It's like, nah, I'm almost it's PTSD, and it's your body and your soul and
Yes.
your mind trying to warn you from not going down that same path. And what happens is you'll kind of get stuck, you know what I mean, with such the fear of having that same reaction again. But you ain't gonna know until you actually do it again. You're not gonna know until you actually go for it again. And then you'll get over that fear when you start to actually gain the thorough knowledge of being able to assess what already happened. It's like, okay, though that hurt when I went through that, let me understand why I went through that. Let me understand why that hurted. Why did that hurt? You know what I mean? What did I do X, Y, and Z, or what steps did I miss? What clear signs that I missed? And I'm probably fully aware now because hindsight, always 2020. What clear signs did I miss now that had me thinking like, all right, why was I so blind here? You know what I mean? You play sports, I play sports. Why was
What's up?
why
What's
was I
up?
so
What's up, Janine? What's up? My bad. What's up, Face?
no you good.
Are
It's just
we
like
twins? How
nah,
you
we ain't
say?
twins, man.
But how you say? How you say? B U.
Bo. It's called Bo. It's Bo.
Oh, my bad. My bad. But go
But
ahead.
it's like you'll the only way you'll start to erode that fear of not going to the same of not going through the same pathway that you down as far as the circumstances, whether like for example, all the arguing, all the fighting, if you was getting cheated on at one point or going back or rolling back all of those thoughts to where you feel like, yo, I really got played here. Why didn't I see that then? I can't believe I did this. And instead of beating up yourself, you might have to go through that stuff when you was kind of like self-imploding and beating up yourself for a second. But until you stop, turn around, analyze, and assess what happened with the clear knowledge that you have now, you have to have the intention on learning from your past and learning from your mistakes. And once you learn from your mistakes, and uh, once you remove your ego from preventing you, because it's easy to let your ego prevent you from actually taking that, because your pride is the ego is a protective measure. You know what I mean? It's like it's a first line of defense to protect your emotions, to protect your mental. And once you get rid of that, it's like, okay, that happened. I'm man enough, or woman enough, or real enough to say that I endured that. Now I can see things with a clear head and I'm not looking out with my ego. They said you can't see yourself in a pot of boiling water. When that boiling water is representative of a bad temper. Whenever you were raised, you can't see yourself in that. So don't ever try to make decisions when you're mad, or don't ever try to make decisions when you're in a
What's the
highly
bull?
emotional state
Olay.
that's blocking you.
What's the bull? The bull with the flag. Olay. Olay.
Yeah, yeah. Don't ever be on some matador stuff. So they say you can't make decisions when you're you know what I mean, in a very vulnerable state. It's like going to the grocery store and eat and trying to
It's
grocery
just
shop when you dead
it's
hungry.
just to learn to not be triggered by anything that you ever dealt with a narcissistic individual, man. Like all those things and those moments that have compromised you to where it could have went left even further. You know what I'm saying? Like it goes 0 to 100 right now. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
those situations where you when you look back, like that's what I said about the whole like if you don't leave the narcissist alone, something gonna make you know what I'm saying? And typically, that whatever's making you is going to be something that's going to compromise you in a way where it didn't have to be this far if you just become aware enough and just go. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes you don't see it in clear signs until it get drastic. Sometimes you don't know the house is on fire until the whole house is on
What's up,
fire.
Mikey?
You see what I'm saying? What up, beautiful people? What up, Pisces love? There's sometimes you don't know that it's fire in the house until the whole house is on fire. See what I'm saying? Now you really got to run out, do something about it now. And it's going to be up to you to be wise enough to heed those warnings. Like, heed those warnings. And that's your last sign from God or whoever you decide to pray to, or whatever spiritual deity that you decide to align yourself with. Heed them warnings. And understand you have to trust your gut and you have to trust yourself. Don't distrust yourself more. Don't let the distrust for yourself clouds your judgment more than being able to see the full environment, the situation that you in. It's like, maybe they just know your house is on fire. There's nothing else
Yeah.
clear than your house on fire,
But
and the
you
person you dealing with
man,
is the fire and setting it on fire. The person you dealing with is the fire.
you so
Like,
used
like,
to
like, stop.
you so used to the chaos.
Janine, what up, Janine? What she said, I've been out free and now
Man,
I'm on my healing journey. Now
yeah,
I never look back.
yeah. You don't. There is no reason. There's no reason for them to contact you. Ain't nothing else to talk about. Uh, we don't do Christmas no more. Like none of that, man. Because that's what they'll do. Is like Sonny know what I'm talking about, man. They'll hoover you for some random reason about something.
Happy birthday.
Nah, nah, nah.
Get away from me, man.
We not doing
Happy, happy, happy birthday. Hope all is well.
man.
Sorry about your loss. Okay, I guess
I
you got a
know,
new
man.
car.
Just toxic, man. Nah, ain't nothing else to talk about. I'm done. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no money in the world for me. You hear me? I'm done. I'm
No.
tired.
Like, hey, how it's always on birthdays, big events, or they'll find it's always on birthdays, big events, or they'll find any reason to see something big to talk to make like a little, they'll find a little opening. You see what I'm saying? They'll find a
What's up?
little opening.
What's up, Kim?
Hey Kim, hey y'all, what's going on? Nah, they'll always find a little opening. Birthdays, holidays, graduations, family passings, new job. They'll wait until you win the opportunity to where it's always during a big opportunity because in their mind they're fearful that the bigger the opportunity
my
you're
man,
gonna
my,
get.
my man in the comment, man. I don't even know. I don't even know what to say to that.
What?
I don't even know what to say to that. That's
Hey
all.
man, we gonna have to get some mods because this is silly, but whatever. Ain't listening to them.
Right.
Ain't listening to these dudes, man. But nah, they always make sure they do it on big events because they don't want when they see you elevating on some level, they don't want you elevating further away from them. So the larger the plane wants to take off, or when the train is running, they'll try to catch up fast to the next stop. You see what I'm saying? Uh, that dude is weird. Ain't nobody listen to him, but the again,
All right. Keep going, man.
yeah, I ain't even listen to these comedy dudes tripping.
All right, keep going.
But the longer they see that you're elevating away from them or elevating a lot differently, that's when they'll start to want to connect themselves and always somehow be a part of your growth. They always just want to be a part of your growth like that. So you get a new job, graduate school, get a degree, get a trade, or you just landed a role doing something, or they see you in the gym or something like that. They always want to be a part or connected to you in some sort of fashion because they just deem you as a beneficiary in the supply. You see what I'm saying? They'll just deem you as a
Oh,
benefit in the supply. They want you
what you
there.
say? What you say, Andy? Oh, because it's moving fast.
Yeah, you can block them Pisces. Go ahead. That's what you're doing. Yeah, you can do that. You got
Nah,
some.
but Andy, nah, they doing that. They doing that. They got to keep tabs on you. That's why I said about listen, y'all.
Explain
Everybody,
that. What you mean tabs, dog? What's that for? What you mean?
they gonna have friends in your camp. You know what I'm saying? So y'all can keep tabs on you, so they can see who you are and who you're dealing with, and make sure that the information is being relayed to them that the right choice was to discard you. Just FYI. You know what I'm saying?
So you said okay. Expound upon that. They want to make sure that they make the right choice. Explain that.
If you still have some sort of a downfall after dealing with the narcissist, when the narcissist discard you, they're going to have somebody an ally in your camp that whenever you confine to or whatever they still seeing, that the confirmation is that you're still you were it was the right choice to get rid of you. You know what I'm saying? So if you're still not healed or still ruminating about the narcissist, and you still letting that person know, that person is letting that narcissist know either intentionally or out the side of their neck about, oh yeah, such and such is still doing bad, you know what I'm saying? Talking about you to them. But they're still friends with them just because of the concept and still keep tabs on you
Is that like flying monkeys kind of? Is that what you want to call them?
though.
Is that can you go into the flying monkeys for the people who don't know? Hey
What
Renavis,
you
go
say?
into the flying monkeys thing.
The flying monkeys. Yeah, the flying monkeys, man, are just like
For the people in the chat who may not know what that is,
yeah, yeah,
expound
yeah.
upon
Y'all ever see the Wizard of Oz, the Wicked Witch of the West Bank? You know what I'm saying? The monkeys would do what she say without question. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the flying monkeys may not necessarily be narcissists. They might just be toxic people, or they just be people who just friends with the narcissist first. You see what I'm saying? So they're going to spread whatever kind of campaign to them to make sure that they can control the narrative around you. So they're gonna have a different narrative with you, but have a different narrative around you going on some choose your own adventure type shit.
that. So the flying monkeys are actually dangerous ones because the flying monkeys to me are the most dangerous ones because that when people play the fence like that, when they play the fence, it's deceptive because they'll give off the illusion that they have your back in that moment. They'll give off the illusion or the perception that they're actually aligned with you. Like, yeah, I feel you. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I got your back if you need somebody to call this and the third. Whole time they sitting there collecting data for this person that you was trying to break away from. Don't pass my information to this person. Don't pass my life to this person. Don't pass my current status to this person. Whether I'm going up or going down, do not pass the status to this person. Because think about it. Let's say if it was in a real crazy situation and I had to escape this person for my like life's safety or my physical safety, you letting this person know and giving him breadcrumbs, giving him or her breadcrumbs to when I had to leave. You see what I'm saying? You giving this person clues and spilling too much information, and you making it harder for me to survive into this moment. I'm supposed to run away from this person for my safety or for the safety or whatever I got safety from, but I don't like that. So that's why when I talk to people who have mutual parties with those narcs or whatever, I always try to I'm always very vague. I'm always very vague if I talk to them at all, and only give out whatever information whatever information that I decide to give out. I'm always very vague. So I don't want to hear it. Like, yeah, that's cool. Okay, all right,
I'm not
all
even.
right, that's
I'm
cool.
not even. I'm not even about to even associate you with you at all. Straight up, like, cause
Or that.
I've learned my lesson one too many times dealing with the benefit of the doubt of somebody who knows you and I on a mutual level, and somebody that also may have also aided in the nonsense and the buffoonery of dealing with you when I was there to begin with. You know what I'm saying? My thing is when I find out those kind of connections, I just don't even deal with those people because most of the time those people don't even have the best interest for me anyway. You know what I'm saying? So
Janine said they had to go too. Even Renee was like, "That's why you have to not communicate with anybody associated with them after the break." For sure, Janine was definitely like, she said they had to go too. So Janine basically cleaned house with everybody.
I tell
Like once you go, and he said the horse you rode in on gotta go. Mom,
you.
dad, the horse you rode in on gotta go. What I like is what I found it hard to do because there's always at least one, maybe two people from that whole little side who somewhat had a little bit of sense that you can halfway confide in. But you even got to be careful with that because um if you was dealing with deception because you also trusted that person and they turned out to be a turncoat, you also trusted that person and they wasn't, they even show large traits of being deceptive, whether they was enabling that behavior, condoning it, or just in on it, period. You gotta also assess that too. So it's a thing to where just off of my safety, just for measures, even though it might be extreme, but just for complete measures, all y'all gotta go. I don't know who to trust and who not to trust. So just to be on the safe side, instead of just being mad and stalking one, all y'all have to go. And I even had to go through that because it was even people from that person's camp that from my
Poor
home.
Ryan.
It's even people from that camp that I was like, yeah, You may be cool. That was even telling me this person's been like the girl's business, and I'm like, I don't care to hear it. I don't care to hear it. I don't care to hear it. You see what I'm saying? Because another thing too, not only do I not want my information gave to her because I just don't want this person to just I'm trying to cut those cords and those ties completely. I don't want to know about this person because I'm doing already good enough filtering and sifting this person out my mind anyway. The less I know about you, the better. I don't want any new updates. I don't want any more lingering updates in my life about this person.
The real issue is why are you still wanting to be connected with somebody that did me the way that they done me? That's the real issue at hand. That's how you know you ain't got my best interest. You know what I'm saying? There's no reason for me to still be friends with somebody that did you the way I'm not about to be friends with. Um, they who we shall not name. You know what I'm saying? The one below
Voldemort.
all. You know what I'm saying?
Voldemort.
Like
It's him.
there's no reason for me to have any connections of any sort. You know what I'm saying? That should already tell you what kind of person I am behind your back. If I'm willing to still be connected to have some great platonic friendship with the narcissist, you know what I'm saying, and surviving their buffoonery.
It's to me it's like I don't want no more information about that person because the less I know the better. Right? The less I know the better. Any updates about their life, if I still feel a way whenever I hear that person's name, whether it's the spouse, old ex, family member, whatever, if I still can hear that person's name and I still have like a physiological reaction of disgust, like, ugh, nah, I don't want
Nah,
it,
I
nah,
ain't coming. I ain't coming.
nah,
Don't even worry about it.
nah.
I ain't coming.
Just get at me though. Like I holler at you though. Like that's you know what I mean. I holler at you, but
Nah, look at this one. Look at Terrence. See, that's what I be talking about, man.
I would discard, divorce, and dump my narc and her mother because I felt like I was married to the boy. Man, yo, can we talk about the parents too?
Go ahead. You gotta date them too. Yo, you in a relationship with them too. They narcissistic too. They gonna shame you.
well,
They gonna shame you just as bad.
well, not even just that. The parents be just as big as an op to you as that person is too. Mom, dad, caretaker, whoever, they be just as much as an op. And don't think the parents don't already know about they how they kid get down or condoning these actions, or if not encouraging these actions. You know what I mean? The parent be just as bad as anything else because the biggest enabler most of the time be the parents. And the reason that is too, because narcissistic people they don't really know how to establish or elicit real like healthy connections and organic love for people, so all of their friendships
I'm a,
are
I'm a,
very
I'm
transactional.
gonna lean in. I'm gonna lean in when I say this. They in on it. I just if you thought you got a ally in they camp,
Yeah,
no,
they do be Beavis and Butthead basically.
they in
They
on it.
be
You know what I'm saying?
the thing is they be so in on it, and and you'll go through so much stuff with this person. You'll go through much turmoil, toxicity, a bunch of mental, emotional, sometimes even physical abuse with this person. And your natural reaction is to just run to somebody who can at least hear you on some level to relieve that stress. Somebody got to hear me. Somebody got to feel me. Somebody at least has to be able to hear me enough to even possibly provide a solution to stop this. Nah, the parents be the last person to do that because either A, the parents already knows how this person gets down. So this isn't a new shock to them.
They
They might even
they in on it.
that might be a
Just make
shock to
sure
them.
you know. Make sure you know that.
Like it's not a shock to them because they're fully aware they might condone this behavior, they might enable this behavior, or just turn a blind eye to it. And even worse is that the parent is where they learn that behavior from. Because most narcissistic parents treat their children and their friendships and whoever as just further extensions of themselves. So I'm treating my daughter or my son, if I'm already a narcissistic person, it's just like if you were an athlete and you played basketball growing up, likely you're gonna want to socialize your child to be like to carry on that mantle. Um what's Steph Curry dad name? Was it Dale Curry?
Dale Curry here.
Yeah, Dale Curry, Steph Curry, Seth Curry. You see what I'm saying? I'm building a legacy. Kobe, RIP, Gigi, RIP. I'm building that legacy and I want to keep this going on in the name of what I built. They do that same thing only with narcissistic qualities. So it's just basically a cookie cutter image of, hey, you learn all of what you learn from me, and I'm treating you as another extension of myself to carry on. You just a walking manifestation of me and everything that I want you to be 2.0. I was this person back in the day. I want you to be a new improved model of this. You know what I mean? It's like a Game Boy to a PSP to these people. You see what I'm saying? The PSPs are the descendants of that. So they basically the parents are in on it. And the last thing you want to do is go vent to the parent about anything because they're gonna throw it in your not only are they not gonna be a help, they're gonna throw it in your face sometimes.
I'm
Or turn that blame around on you. Like, hey, you know how he is. But what did you do to make that person do this?
you gotta comply to the movie role they gave you. You know what I'm saying? You gotta comply to that. What's the show? What's the movie Pleasantville? When bro starts seeing color, you can't see color. You gotta see it in black and white. They gonna treat you different when you start to see the color.
That's like so real because the the parents and the friends too. Let's talk about the friends as well. If you can't get in contact with the parents, don't think like for example,
Spin doctors.
spin doctors. Yeah, the parents are living vicariously through the child. So not only are they not going to stop this person's actions because they're living vicariously through them and they see just another version of them, they're also going to condone these actions because they're almost, in a sense, almost kind of proud of their work. Or even if they wanted to, they can't stop these actions because when you reach a certain age, sometimes you created a
Yeah,
monster and it's
they've
just too
they've
big and too
already
late.
they've already given them too much ice cream for their immoral like behavior growing up. You know what I'm saying? So the habit has now been reinforced by even more people. They've already forced to reinforce the habit. You know what I'm saying? You just got there at the time where ain't nothing you can do.
Yeah, you've reinforced the habit. You gave them ice cream for breakfast too many times, and you've let them stay up on a school night too many times. And the problem with that is when people recognize whenever they can exhibit a certain behavior to get whatever reaction that they want or whatever outcome that they want, why stop doing it? You got them people who are used to throwing the tantrums and the problem childs of the house. Once they raise up enough hell, the parents will oftentimes acquiesce to whatever that person wants, just got to deal with the headache. It's just like a raging child. You just want to put it to sleep. Yeah, give it this toy, please. I just want to sleep. Just give it this
the
toy. The toy
narcissist
make it be quiet.
the narcissist is going to negotiate their normal behavior with you with their not normal behavior because you'll rather comply to any kind of way to get them to behave rather than you know what I'm saying sit there and deal with the buffoonery. That's why whenever y'all go out, y'all argued right before you got there. We don't know that.
On the way there, on the way there.
We argue right in the car before we got out there before we say hi to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because you had to comply to it some way. They had to make sure that their normal behavior is transactional. It's wild and off the chain to be honest with you, and diabolical on all levels.
Like you ever argue at the crib, get in the car, argue on the way there, and then you gotta snap out of it when you
Yeah,
get to whatever event and play like you didn't just go through hell with this person. It's like, nah, I can't just flip the switch because they'll be smiling and laughing and giggling like nothing just happened because in their mind they're able to compartmentalize what just happened because this is normal to them. They ease their tension by taking it out on you. They've eased their tension taking it out on you. They'll bark on you,
that
scream on
picture
you.
on Instagram where y'all was smiling. Just 3 seconds before that, y'all was just having a back and forth. Just 3 seconds before that, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, take a picture with me. No. And then y'all, and you gotta grit and force a smile. You gotta grit and force a smile. And sometimes y'all might even argue at the venue. And then they'll run. And another thing what the parents do is what
The-
they'll do to these narcissistic parents, they run to the parents first. to make you, or run to the parents, the friends, the whoever, that inner circle that y'all both share. They'll run to them first and make you look like the villain or whatever they just did. So by the time you get to them, they looking at you funny when you walk in the
Most of
room.
the time, I got you, I got you. Most of the time, if they've done something, when I say they've done something, like y'all, okay, y'all know throughout the week, you know the itinerary of the narcissist, you know the chaotic ones. You know Wednesday is gonna be this, Thursday is gonna be this, and then Friday it start on Friday, just the small little dose on Friday, and then Saturday you kind of don't know what to, you just on call with it, right? You know what I'm saying? So they're going to push your limits,
He
right?
said on call.
Every every week, they're going to push your limits with something. They're going to see how further they can get, and keep seeing how much you're going to save them for themselves, but blame you in the process. So they'll get you to say that when you see them do whatever it is, what they'll do is they want you to believe that you made them do that. You made me do it. That's why I didn't mean to do that, because you made me do it. If I didn't do it if it wasn't for you. You know what I'm saying? If you had just done it right the first time, whatever that thing is to jump through that fire ring, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what it is. So, but they'll continue to use these moments as a training module to say that, hey, it's your fault that I'm doing this bad thing for our relationship. You need to fix it. And they'll continue to make you think that way for a very long time, years upon end. The discard is your fault anyway. It's wild to me.
The blame, the spin doctors,
Something
the
Bonnie,
blame
what's going on?
shifters. What's going on? He said he got a kid with his. He said it's hard as crap because we have a kid. Ooh,
Mm,
because y'all don't co-parent, y'all counter-parent. They're gonna counter-parent every single time. Y'all don't co-parent, y'all counter-parent. Hey, drop them off at 6 o'clock when I get off work, and I'll take them. No, I'm gonna drop them off at 5:30. I don't get off work till 6. Well, you got to figure it out.
if there's this is the thing. You got to get to the point to where they don't bother you. Even if you're gonna run into them at some point, even if you got a co-parent to them, you got to be able to get to a point to where it doesn't bother you. You know what I'm saying? That's
Easier said than done. How do you do that though?
my number one thing is to always bring up your health and wellness. You feel what I'm saying? Your health and wellness is going to play a huge part in how, and depend on how you think about yourself and how you conduct yourself through these situations. Because a lot of times we let our natural anger try to combat the narcissist, because we're trying to out manipulate them. That's why we think we be narcissistic, because we're trying to outthink them as fast as they trying to outthink us. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is, straight up.
I think it's the confusion thing because it's propaganda and it's conditioning and it's grooming. Whenever you go through a scenario to where, for one, you're always at the blame of something, right? That means you're always in your head and you're always at the blame of something, and you're always placed at the responsibility for fixing the mess that you didn't cause, right? And the blame shift also. You hear that more often enough. The empathic person and the mental person is always going to be like, dang, what am I doing? Because we're trying to be more solution based. For real? Was that really my fault? Nah, I couldn't have been. But she wouldn't have did me like that if it wasn't that bad. Nah, I couldn't have been. You know what you that's where the
What's that?
gaslight comes in at.
You ever what's that show on Netflix called The Gambit? When Chick had to do Tom said it's like a chess match.
It's a chess match.
But it is though. It is, you have to outmaneuver them, and that's why a lot of people tend to think that they're the narcissist when they get discarded or do the discarding, because they can't normalize not having to think like that anymore. You know what I'm saying? Every day you gotta out manipulate them. You gotta figure out how to do it the right way in order to get the right reaction out of them. So that's already being manipulative. While they're also trying to manipulate you and you to get you to do the thing they want you to do, how they want you to do it. It's crazy work. And that's how you lose yourself over the process, because you having to worry about shit that's irrelevant. You know what I'm saying? doing you doing you so much harm to your mind in the long term of things, damaging you, making you feel like that everybody else is like this, messing up your trust issues. You know what I'm saying? Making not normal normal.
The unnormal normal. It's grooming because you could catch this like literally you could catch this person with their hand in the cookie jar and be like, "Why is your hand in the cookie jar?" No, it's not. My hand wouldn't have been in the cookie jar if you wouldn't have caught if you wouldn't have
Mm,
saw me.
crazy,
What? What is
crazy,
that? Like what? What?
you crazy person, you crazy person, you.
And let's talk about the confusion, right? The confusion comes in because you find yourself having conversations trying to rationalize with the irrational. You know what I mean? You be like, hold on, I know you didn't just say that. I know you didn't just say that. I know you didn't just say that. To the point, the stuff be so bad and so confusing, and it be so off kilter and so nonsensical. You be like, hold on, did this person just say what I really said? What they really just say that?
that's them talking to you in Earth 1176. Y'all ain't on the same timeline. You know what I'm saying? You got two different events that happen. So, but no, all jokes aside, they are talking to you very disconnected with reality because in their mind, it's supposed to play out the way that they put the input in. But the problem is that they don't understand you can't control other people's input, but they're trying to control that. You know what I'm saying? So it's cynical because they'll mold you and shame you and do whatever it takes is to break you down and get you into the way to where you just become autopilot for the narcissist. You know what I'm saying?
They want you a
NPC of
zombie, bro.
life.
They want you a zombie. Like they want you just as a vessel. They want bro. They want you as RoboCop, bro. They want you as RoboCop, and just put
Yeah,
they brain into your body.
they want you to believe. They listen, y'all. listen,
Let
listen,
me sit up for this one. Let me.
listen, y'all. They scared. They more scared of you than what they'll ever tell you. You know what I'm saying? They more afraid of who you are than what you think because they wouldn't number one find you for whatever source of and or trait that you display that they can't display. You display it within yourself and you shine a light on who they're not. So they have to control that source of you, however the means it is, whether it's giving you positive and or negative supply, they're gonna use your moral character against you 24/7. There's no way you can't be fighting a battle that you can't win. But the narcissist never told you that you could still win by not fighting the battle. You feel what I'm saying? So it's better you better off like that you can't defeat these people at a game that you can't even complete. You know what I'm saying? That's like that was like one of the biggest keys on my healing journey was I was trying to out manipulate the rumination and the pain and the pain, and you can't
You gotta roll with that. You
you
gotta
gotta
roll
roll with
with
that.
that. You gotta roll with that. And not only you gotta roll with that, grief comes in waves. You know what I mean? Grief comes in waves. And sometimes the biggest waves are the ones that you might crash on. The biggest ones are the waves that you might not be skilled enough on your surfboard to get over with. But you do gotta stay in that water and over to get over them. Because many different waves will come, and the bigger the waves that you deal with, the easier it is. So when that real big wave actually comes, you'll be able to handle it. And now that whole water is easy now. You know what I mean? Now the whole water is easy to deal with. Just don't. The biggest thing when you're dealing with people, if you feel like you're being manipulated, you probably are being manipulated. Trust your gut. If you feel like this is if you're being played, 9 times out of 10 you probably are being played. Most of the time people ignore their gut. I had it in the song I wrote. Me never trusted my gut, one of the deadliest games. Most of the time, almost all the time, if you feel like you being in some nonsense, if you feel like you're being manipulated, if you feel like you're being grifted, trust your gut because your gut is always going to be your first. Hey, your gut's gonna be the loudest thing to you. It's just that when you ignore your gut and you start trusting your environment and you start ignoring it, you're letting your environment turn you against your own intuition. So that's why people go crazy a lot because when you talk to these people because they be so word salady, they be so manipulative, they be so all over the place. And the goal of that is to keep you confused and unstable. Because once you're unstable, you're pretty much malleable and susceptible to believe anything once you're unstable. If, like Malcolm X really said, if you stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything. Stand for your own intuition and stand on your own understanding and stand on your own trust for your own self. Learn how to trust yourself. We'll have these conversations with these people, and it's just like, what? I know you ain't just say that. I know you didn't just say that. It's to confuse you and jumble you. So now, here's another tactic. Have you ever been in one of those like endless night arguments and 5 hour circular arguments that never go to no
Hey, you
point?
be sweating. You be sweating like you done ran a mile.
Man.
You ain't ran. You been in place sweating. Anxiety attack.
And you'll finish that argument. Nothing to get solved. Y'all will never come to no discourse. Y'all will never come to no roundabout point. Y'all will never come to no meeting. Y'all never meet in the middle. It's just y'all will start here, and then the argument to do this.
And at the end of the argument, by the time the argument is over, you have taken blame for entirely everything, for even bringing it up. You first off, you already feel you feel goofy for bringing it up because you knew it was gonna do this anyway. You knew you wasn't with it, but you tried, and because you tried, that's outside the script. That narcissist got oh, so you gonna try today? You know, you
Oh,
know,
okay.
love bombing is transactional. You knew that. The disclaimer was at the beginning. You knew that. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? You'll the argument will start here. And then once you get to it, nope. But what about that one time? But what about that one time? Well, you should have hurt my feelings. What about that one time? And this will go on for hours of the night to the point where
You get
you'll get
sleepy.
exhausted.
You get
Yeah.
sleepy. It make you sleepy. You just pass out somewhere. Hey man,
Because
you
all
just pass
like
out. I'm tired, man. You wake up, it's about 8 o'clock. Like, oh, day I was asleep. I didn't know. I
damn.
was working.
Bro, you be in mid argument and then you just feel yourself yawning like, all right, man, whatever, you got it.
He said, "Oh, I remember I was mid talking. I passed out." He
Wake
said,
up, like, what the fuck just happened?
"Hey,
Like, what just happened? Nah,
man,
it's you'll get to those because those arguments be so circuitous, bro. They just be so circular with nothing. It's a NASCAR pit with no finish line. With no finish line. It's a NASCAR pit with no finish line, bro. You
man,
ever play Mario Kart the Rainbow Road? That's the longest board in the world. You
hey,
know what I mean? Playing that board for like 30 minutes.
hey, man." I'm talking about, man. But the narcissist is good for that. They'll tire you out until you give up. Straight up, like that's the whole point. The whole point of that is to confuse you until you give up. They gonna keep doing it too. They don't. They gonna look you dead in your face and say, "You know, I know that you know we both know, but I'm gonna do this anyway until you give up." You know what I'm saying? That's why you feel so crazy, y'all. That's why you feel so you
Be
so
like, we got
touched.
all night. Like, we got all night. Oh, you ain't tired yet?
Oh,
Oh, you ain't tired?
you ain't made a defeat just yet. Oh, okay.
Ah, okay, bet.
All right. I got you. I got you. All right. We gonna do this again. You know
They
what
don't
I'm saying?
stop. They reload. And you know what ended up happening is you'll wake up the next day not even with no good sleep. You went to sleep, but it wasn't no good sleep. You went to sleep. You wasn't rested. You wasn't rested.
Right.
You wasn't
You went to
rested.
sleep. You went to sleep with problems on your mind. You know what I'm saying?
You weren't rested. It was one of them. You weren't even in a comfortable spot. You ain't even had no cover. You ain't had no night clothes. You ain't get no.
It was hot. You just did it anyway. I was sleeping, right?
You probably still got your shoes on when you woke up. Like, man, what?
You got your work outfit on.
You got your work clothes on. You got your shoes. You got your You got your jacket zipped up all the way to the top. You know what I mean? You got your jacket zipped up
Hey, I
all the way to
can't
the
lie,
neck.
but I'm telling you, man, I'm telling you, that's so facts, man.
jack his hip up all the way to the top, and then when the argument is done, because it's never
3 hours
really
feel
done.
like something should have been done in 5 minute combo. Facts. It's
You
like
said
this,
what? What do you
but
say?
but we make fun of it because these are the situations where the narcissist is trying to break you down for real, that you don't even take serious though. Then the moment when you in it, it's when you can look back at these moments, you like these moments is crazy. Not to be mean, but just be like, listen, if man, I listen. Listen, I be like, whenever I make content, y'all, or whenever I'm talking to y'all about this stuff, when I'm hearing myself saying it over, I'll be like, "You dealt with what?
Like you did that in real
you,
life.
dealt- you really dealt with that, huh? You know what I'm saying? That really went down. That was real life. That was real story.
Yeah, these are from experiences. This is based on a true story. You know, at the bottom of
Mhm.
every scary movie, this is based on real real
Right,
events. Based on
inspired by true
by real
events.
events. Inspired by true
Oh man,
events.
inspired by true events, man. You know it's
Because
scary.
the thing
You know it's a horror flick when it's inspired by true events.
inspired by
You
true events. New Line Cinema, come on, you know what I mean?
know what I'm saying? The
You'll be
narcissist
mad.
massacre. You know what I'm saying? The
The
narcissist
narcissist
chainsaw
chain
massacre.
massacre.
Yeah, I'm about to say the chainsaw massacre. Oh man.
It's one of them kind of arguments. It's where like the plan is not to agree with you. The plan is to exhaust you.
Hmm.
All narcissistic arguments are a mental endurance test. And typically the obstacle that tests your endurance is how well you can weed through the manipulation. You watch American Ninja Warrior, all those obstacles with the rings, you gotta get through the water at the bottom, you gotta climb through all of those. Picture those obstacles, just a big body of manipulation, and you have to wiggle through all of them. It's not to come
the,
to a point or
the
to
the new
come to
supply the new supply is a week away from our argument. We gonna get into that. Listen, wait. We gonna get into that.
we should do
I
that another
listen,
time
listen.
because that's a
I
whole
know
other
we, I
conversation
know we,
itself.
I know we joke, y'all. I know we joke, man. But like all jokes aside, those arguments, those moments, is design. It's the blueprint. It's not by accident. All that stuff is the blueprint by the narcissist. Straight up, they know exactly what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? They know when to blow it up and how to blow it up. They know how to be irrational and rational. They understand that. They just understand how they check the temperature with you to see how you gauge me so they can understand how to manipulate you better. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. They're just trying to figure out how to manipulate you better. This is what I'm saying about why it's so hard to recover from all this because you've been manipulated to the point to where somebody that you would care about and say that you love would do this to you. You can't unravel the fact that you would never do this to somebody, but somebody would do it to you when you give them that so much trust like that about yourself with your life. You know what I mean?
All right, so you know how? Okay, you watched X Men. You know about X Men, right? You know how Nightcrawler fights.
Hmm.
He never fights you straight up. He's always teleporting every other way. He's always teleporting. You know what I mean? And doing that, or how Flash or the Speedsters will fight. They never do this. They never come to a duel. It's you can never make them stick to a point. Narcissistic people argue how Nightcrawler on X Men fights. It's everything popping up in every single place, and you'll just be exhausted. Like, man, I don't even want to fight this dude no more. And it's not to ever come to a point. It's all just to manipulate you, and it's all just to make you heal. And it's to tire you out. It's to bring you to a heel, not because you didn't have accurate points. Because 11 times out of 10, you had accurate points. You brought them and you held them accountable for whatever the issue was. That person is clearly in the wrong, and they're running away with the speed of their lack of accountability. So that's why this is the narcissist, this is you. And every time you get close, it's like a magnet, two positive magnets. They never touch each other. They
Hmm.
never touch each other.
That's why when you were still in the moments trying to fix the relationship, that you could never figure out why they would always run away from the fixing and or say that they'll fix it and then stop. But they're doing that intermittently to teach you that this is a reward system. Y'all ever be the Speedway, the reward point? You got to keep spending more money and more money. This is the reward system.
Just so
It
you can
costs,
get 7 cents off your gas.
right. It costs a lot of points to get one item. Like this is the reward system they get you because they're gonna intermittently love bomb you. I'm not trying to be funny, man, but this is the reality of it, straight up.
and, and all of the rewards, like the Speedway rewards points, they all just get you 7 cents off your gas. So you didn't put in all this money and effort buying all this stuff just to get very little reward. Because the reason why those kind of arguments typically exhaust you, they never have an end and they never have a conclusion and they never come up with a wrap up to where y'all can agree. There's never a peaceful discourse to where I can agree to disagree. I'm sorry. You're because what you're doing now is the reason why you're even engaging in those arguments, because either for one, they won't let you not argue. Some people, a lot of times, those people are very antagonistic. They won't let you not argue because that's how they're easing their tension off, getting it off on you. And that's how they elicit control when they're getting a reaction off of your instability. Yeah, I can make them do this. Watch this, y'all. Watch this. Watch this. These little dog whistles. Then two, you'll keep having those, and then you'll start to build a resentment for this person because it's like now we keep arguing and we never come to a conclusion unless it's my fault. You know what I mean? Even though you were clearly in the wrong, you're seeing the goal of finally getting to them to admit accountability. You want that like a drowning man wants air. You see what I'm saying? You want them to admit accountability like a drowning person will want some air finally. But when you don't get that, you just continue drowning until the next day. You see what I mean? Y'all just gonna continue drowning until the next day. You see what I'm saying? I don't like that. So it's like I resent you because your lack of account, you're placing your willingness to not have accountability on um over priority of the relationship. I just want you to admit what you did was wrong so we can move forward because I want you here. You'd rather keep your pride intact rather than to make us happy because I don't want to be right. I want to make this right. I don't get into an argument to be right. I want to make this right. You're only thinking of having your defenses up, and the only thing you care about is you maintaining your rightness at my expense. They just want to dodge the accountability at your expense. So you wake up the next day with no rest, mind you. You just slept, but you ain't getting no rest. That wasn't sleep. You just had a long blink. You had a rough nap. That was a
So
long
facts.
blink.
So facts though.
And a lot of times they'll wake up acting like the next day like nothing happened.
Well,
Nothing
first off,
happened.
it was a figment of your imagination that happened last night. That's number one. So you made it
What
up.
Morpheus say? You think that's air you're breathing there? You think it's air
Right.
you're breathing?
Yeah, what that entire argument, that entire thing that you found out you're trying to hold them accountable to, that was a figment of your imagination. That's why you always feel crazy because you can't make sense of how somebody can't make sense of talking to you as if it never happened. You saw it happen. You clearly seen that. You know what I'm saying?
What he say? You think that's air you're breathing there? You think
This
that's
is
air you're breathing? And the thing is to gaslight yourself internally to where you live through that gaslight externally. You start to like question your own reality. You see what I'm saying? You start to literally question your own reality, and you like, I know you didn't just do
Blinky. What's the
that.
thing to
Yeah.
black?
Throw on the glasses.
He
The,
said, "Oh,
the,
so you said, oh, so you fighting you for respect." Narcissist is like, I gotta do it to you. I gotta
and
do it
adjust
to you. You know what I'm saying?
it.
Oh,
I gotta
you
do
want
it to you,
respect
dude.
today? Oh, you want respect? I gotta do it to you.
Oh, you want me to
Sheesh.
admit my
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Yeah.
you want me to admit my faults?
Right. I gotta do it to you. Oh, shit.
I do it to
You said you got video. No, I gotta get you right.
I got let me get you together real quick.
You said text too. Nah, hey, cheat. Let me get that phone from you real quick. Let me delete that. You know what I'm saying?
I got the screenshots. Nah,
Right.
you don't. You
Listen,
don't.
y'all.
You ain't
This
got
is
that.
this is another piece too. I want to say this too. This is something else I want to say. sometimes the flying monkeys are so deep in character that they let you come into the fold to watch you. They let you come into the fold to watch your demise because it's fun to see that. They've watched the narcissist do it to multiple people. They'll create an entire storyline around you. You know what I'm saying? And you'll believe it. You'll be like, dang, I didn't know that they were dealing with somebody else over in a whole different state while sitting here dealing with me because they helped the narcissist aid the nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Because they're getting supply from the narcissist as well. Y'all gotta understand in a narcissistic family, you know what I'm saying, bringing in people from the outside to come and marry into the family, they'll all know how the narcissist is. You feel what I'm saying? And they'll all aid into it. Give the story. That's why it's so confusing to you that people will go to such lengths to get you to believe and gaslight you to the point to where you gaslight yourself. The point if they once they get you to gaslight yourself about what's going on, what the kids say, you're cooked. You know what I'm saying? Tell what the kids say, you're
You
cooked.
cook.
You know what I'm saying? You're cooked. You're done. That's
You,
what me and my daughter say. You're done.
you're done.
You're done. You're out of
Like
here.
it's the whole thing is confusion because closure, the perception of what we know closure to be, is some sort of it's some sort of wrap up to a situation, some sort of ending answer, some sort of answer to a prolonged question that you finally get to it. It's the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Only thing is, when you're dealing with a narcissistic person, is every time you chase that rainbow, you never get to it because it's always changing with the angle. You see what I'm saying? You never get to that rainbow. The rainbow almost doesn't exist. It's a figment of your imagination. It just looks good.
Right. It's a
It just
myth. It is a myth. You done made that up. They
it's a myth.
fooled you. Say, oh, this fake. Who you say gave this to you?
Oh, this fake. He got you. We can't see you again. He got you.
So what you what,
It's
what,
a
what,
that.
what, what you doing? What you doing? He said, ooh, this fake. They got you. Who you say gave this to you? Ever see Rush Hour 2 Yonkers?
This fake. He got you. That's how I be. He got you, and you'll never. That's why after those breakups, regular breakups versus narcissistic breakups are always different to me. Regular breakups sometimes can, though the ending of it, though that detached part might still be hard because detaching from anybody you had love for is still always excuse me, it's never easy, but you can at least accept it because whatever y'all had, your conversation y'all may have had, y'all might have moved away. This person might have got a job here. This person might got a career opportunity here. You can at least appreciate the experience that you had with this person, and though painfully it had to come to an end, you can respect you. You can at least respect it, right? Even if that person might have stepped out on you, if that person told you what it was and eased your mind, like, yo, I did this, I did that, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Now it's up to you to be able to take that person back. But if you don't take that person back, you at least have the answer. You have something tangible you can walk away with, right? Narcissistic relationships, those breakups are always confusing because 9 times out of 10, the whole relationship is filled with a lot of unanswered questions and unturned stones, and really a bunch of lies that never came to the truth. So you spent that whole relationship chasing answers and the accountability, but the person is constantly doing that. Then once it's over, it's just like, damn, what was that? I didn't get nothing back. You feel like you didn't get no ROI, no return on your investment, romantically, emotionally, physically, whatever. And then that's when you start to feel gritty because you start to feel like your time was compromised. You start to feel like your time was stolen from you. You start to feel like whether it's resources or you paid this person's bills or you helped them out in a jam, you felt like you got extracted from. You felt like you got had, and that person just flew off into the sunset, and you kind of stuck. You kind of stuck trying to repair your own mental, and it's not your fault because the brain and the soul naturally needs some sort of closure or some sort of solution to the problem. Yeah, Tom, you feel like you got robbed or lost out at the casino. You'll feel like you got robbed because you invested all of that time and got not only no ROI. This person took everything perceived to be, taking all the Jews you gave them to the next person. They're not
Right.
going to be better
They
with it. It's just
they
bottom
they take they take pride.
line.
They take pride. It's a badge of honor for them to leave you as confused as possible. It's a badge of honor to ghost you because they can take that as fuel and use it as some novelty, if you rather, for the next person's supply to get them to kind of like bait them to be a certain way. Like a lot of times, how they treat you, they're training a new supply to be. I did this person to this person, so this person, you got to do me like this since I'm this kind of tier of an individual. They're trying to convince themselves that they're more than what they are for the next supply. Just FYI when they do that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like straight up.
You spend years with a person, and then, or however long time. Man, narcissistic relationships feel like dog years, bro. They feel like they feel like dog years because most of the time, more times than not, versus a regular healthy relationship, you don't leave the relationship trying to you don't leave the relationship trying to like repair yourself. You don't like healthy breakups. You don't feel that you don't leave that relationship feeling tired or feeling extracted or feeling exhausted. Narcissistic relationships, you always feel like they took something from you. Like you feel like you literally got robbed, and you
Right.
felt like yeah, it's like you not only feel like you got robbed, you feel like there was no answer to anything. There's a sense of a grift that you have as if you got had. Like, the dude with the 3 car Machi, he like, all right. And then whole time they in your wallet and then they took your car, basically. Regular relationship breakups with healthy people don't give you that feeling of emptiness or that feeling of I have to
You should
refill this
never
cup.
you should in a relationship you should never feel like you have to save somebody from themselves because you're scared of them hurting themselves, dealing with their own self and their own thoughts. Like that's such a red flag, and they show you the narcissist will tell you they're narcissistic quite early in the relationship. You know what I'm saying? They'll use them. They'll use those moments as disclaimers where you got the happiest, but they'll give you a disclaimer where they speed it up real quick and they tell you that they not about this life, but you didn't hear that. You know what I'm saying? You were just caught up in the concept of, you know what I'm saying, how the narcissist was love bombing you. But they'll tell you that they narcissistic quite early. You know what I'm saying? It's just up to you to be able to vet people better as you get older. You know what I'm saying? As you progress in life on this journey of healing and the next people that you get into a relationship with, you can be able to pinpoint these things out without necessarily going through the process of I didn't know, then getting mentally damaged, and then now having to take even more time to unwire yourself with chaotic nonsense that you normalize as not normal. You know what I'm saying? You should never be telling yourself that this is just how they are. Like you should never be doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Tom said it didn't even feel like a heartbreak, really. He said it felt like more like you got scammed out of dough. Yo, the feeling that you feel like you got scammed rather than you just got detached from. It's just like when you hug somebody and they in your back pocket before they leave. Basically, a regular breakup, I can at least come to some sort of closure, if you will, or come sort of to some like romantic conclusion, for lack of a better words. Yeah, for lack of a better, I can come to sort of a conclusion. I didn't have that feeling of helplessness. I didn't have that feeling of something big was taken from me. I didn't have that feeling of feel like, yo, once this is over, I gotta repair and rebuild myself up and start from ground zero. Narcissistic relationships, especially because you're always pouring into a cup with a hole in it whenever you're dealing with these people. You're always pouring into a cup. You see what I'm saying? Um, oh, let's talk about it. He said that a lot of them saying they lost a bunch of weight or gained a
Hey
bunch of
man,
weight.
listen, listen,
Yo,
listen, 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 listen,
go ahead, bro.
listen. The narcissist and fitness. Let's talk about it. We gonna this what we gonna do, y'all. And I'm just gonna keep it a whole stack with you
I
because
almost want that to be a separate video because that could be a whole
that's a
long.
whole video. Listen. And I coach people, you know what I'm saying, in a recovery journey. I coach people in fitness. And I'm gonna say something. Stop letting people mess up your habits when it comes to the only body that you're gonna own. You feel what I'm saying? Like a lot of times the narcissist is gonna feed you habits that was never yours to even have to begin with. God didn't make you like that. But the narcissist is trying to make you in a way to where you belittle yourself and you disrespect yourself. Like when they sit here and say, Eat more. Let's go try out this food, this food, this food, this food. Not telling you, you're not really realizing like, okay, I'm gonna give it to you like this because Sonny gonna hear, he gonna hear me and know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna give it to you just like this. This is what it is. The narcissist is trying to control your image of how you look. You feel what I'm saying? What happens is that they'll surely try to get you to look a certain way that's not as attractive so that you can always find them for the validation to be attractive. I.e., oh, that shirt it doesn't really look that good. Wear this instead. You know what I'm saying? You should eat this much food, letting you gain weight and letting you develop bad habits, and you start to get sick at the same time while dealing with the stress, gaining stress weight. You know what I'm saying? And they're telling you that you look fine, but in reality, like you're just making it worse on yourself dealing with narcissists because they okay so many bad habits that it was never yours to make your health and wellness go down fast as possible. You know what I'm saying? So not only are you stressed out 24/7, you know what I'm saying, you eating out of comfort to deal with the stress. You know what I'm saying? And not actively using your body to work on your mind. Like you're just sitting there dealing with the stress while also ruminating, wishing for a better life. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. Like
Yeah, like you'll get out of shape. Like if you a person that cares about your fitness, you'll find your fitness or going to the gym or doing whatever physical activity that you had
a
is
purpose.
probably one of your only escapes. You know what I mean? But like I said, you'll be so mentally drained. You'll be so physically drained that for one, that'll affect your workouts. That'll affect your emotion. That'll affect your motivation to even want to work out because you really just essentially just want a place to chill. And the gym might be your only refuge, but you know what I mean? It might be your only refuge, but it's like at the same time, I gotta do something in the gym. And then too, you'll sometimes certain people will go into emotional eating. Some people will be so stressed out all the time. Some people will be so stressed out all the time that they'll emotional eat. It'll start to affect them physically. They'll have physiological reactions. People will get sick. People will experience literal sickness from that. Like man, I just been so stressed out and tired all the time. Man, it's like I don't know. I got a cold now. I get sicker a lot. I'm starting to have outbreaks if I already had a pre-existing medical condition or something like that. And they'll stress you out and consume your time so much, consuming you don't even have a chance to go to the gym. You see what I'm saying? She said my hair fell out and anxiety was through the roof. That's crazy. You know what I mean? Um,
Mm.
that's crazy. And I dated mine during the pandemic. You know what I mean? See, autoimmune disorder because it's a book called the Body Keeps Score. The Body Keeps Score.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
The body keeps score. You'll start to have so many mental and emotional breakdowns and so many physiological reactions to it that you will adopt an autoimmune disease potentially or some sort of physical ailment to that. Then sometimes too you'll be so tired from working and other personal stuff and so stressed out you may or may not have time for the gym a lot of that. You might not have a lot of time in the gym for that. So you find yourself eating more than your productivity might go down and your eating might increase. You know what I mean? Whenever your productivity goes down and other areas in your life kind of increase, that will affect your health. So people have lost everybody's bodies are different. People lose weight, people gain weight.
I
Um
gain weight. I got stress weight.
yeah, I gained weight too. You know what I mean? Like I said, I gained weight also as well. And
I got about two
it's like
pounds
literally
in that air. I said never again. Never again. Nah, I said nah. I don't like this. Not like
and then once
not like
nah,
this.
not like this. Nah,
Not
this
like
ain't. You ever look at yourself in the old pictures and like, I was like that. That was me for
man.
real.
That's why the narcissist listen. The narcissist is always gonna the biggest thing about recovering from all of this, man, is just accepting that people are like this. That some people can be like this. You know what I'm saying? You got to accept that. You can't run around and run past the fact that you didn't see what happened. No, accept what happened. This is real. You know what I'm saying? And just do your best not to let it or it happen again, or let things like this around you trigger you. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to always sit into the concept of that you're going to always run into the same kind of person over and over and over and over. For real, to be honest.
Purple Passion said her hair is so thick and nice now. Make some noise.
Hmm.
Um, did you find your health, or you find yourself getting back to your like physical and your positive physical trajectory after the relationship?
Absolutely, man. I was like, I was missing out. You know what I'm saying? Because I woke
Oh
up
my
to
god.
what every single day could be like. I used to think to myself like, damn, this is gonna be the rest of my life dealing with this every single day, trying to outmaneuver, mentally outmaneuver the narcissist. You know what I'm saying?
No, already we're gonna receive your degree. Make some noise for Purple Passion.
Yeah, turn
My
me up.
thing was, I you remember this? I was losing weight really fast. Like I probably lost like 15 pounds or more in probably like less than a month. Probably a month tops. Like hopped on the scale, that boy just kept dropping. Doop,
Yeah, I
doop,
started
doop,
wearing
doop, doop, and I was,
oversized shirts.
you know what I mean? I was I remember losing so much weight, and I remember like I went through like a recomp. I guess it was like stress weight, body fat that I was losing, and it was weight that I
Right.
wasn't trying to
Well,
lose.
right here. The narcissist is gonna distract you from your purpose, y'all. They go listen. If you have a trait, that's something about you and a talent, they gonna love bomb you and adore you at the beginning for that, and then over time use it as a means to shame you. You know what I'm saying? Oh, so you're the greatest dancer ever, and then all of a sudden, why do you think you're a good dancer? They'll just turn it into like Sonny know what I'm talking about. They'll turn it into a means to manipulate you. Like, dang, I thought you loved me for the thing you said that I was good at, but now it's not. It's not enough, and/or it's corny. You feel what I'm saying?
The same thing that they love you for be the same thing that they'll use to weaponize against you.
Hmm.
Hell, every single time. I love it when you did this. Then when they can't benefit from it no more, or whenever you allocate the attention that they think that you should get to them, to that in which you like more, why you always going to the gym? Because I'm going to the gym. I have, you know what I mean? You can't hate me for something that you love at first. For one, I have to allocate time to this. For two, it sounds like you trying to monopolize my time. So
Hmm.
I tell you trying to monopolize my time, and I can't do that. So, um, in conclusion, leave these people alone and trust your gut.
For sure.
Trust your gut, man. Trust your gut. If something is wrong, if it feels wrong, it is wrong. If you discernment, wow, that's a
Discernment.
perfect word. That's what I was looking for. That's what I was looking
That's
for.
exactly what I was trying. I couldn't think of the word. I was trying to figure it out. I'm glad you said that though.
Trust your gut because if it feels wrong, it probably is wrong. You not lying. Only you can't really lie to yourself like that. Your body will have physical reactions to something that ain't right. It's like, nah, I probably shouldn't go down this
Yo,
street.
so more
Whatever
important. Yo,
guardian angel.
bro, I just got back into oil painting.
I
Mm,
banged out the sets in the gym and relieve the stress and could never spit. See, look, come on, man.
yeah.
And get back to the identity and get back to the you'll never be the person you was before you got into that relationship because you're not supposed to be. You're supposed to get back to the person you were supposed to be before you got derailed. You see what I'm saying? You'll never be who you was 5 years ago because you're not supposed to be. You have to be the new and improve you beyond that because you was already on a trajectory that you were supposed to be on. That might have rocked your cradle, but that was meant to be an obstacle for you rather than something that happened to you. Think of it as it happened for you rather than it happened to you.
Mhm.
You see what I'm saying? You didn't struggle, you were being challenged. You know what I mean? At this point, I had to leave because I'm afraid of what I'll do to him. Once you get that to that point where it start bringing you out your character,
7 for you, 7 for me, and you. Yeah, I'm saying.
Seven for you, seven for me. You know what I mean? I got into the mess in 2020.
Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah, man. Listen, y'all. When it gets to points to where it's too much, you gotta separate. You know what I'm saying? It's really simple. It's really there's really no other way. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't like yeah, what Purple just said, you don't want to compromise yourself and something like that happens. You feel what I'm saying? You gotta get to it's gotta yeah, you gotta get out of that one. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to damage yourself out of anger. Because a narcissist is good getting you caught up with your anger, making choices and anger that you didn't want to make choices out of. You feel what I'm saying?
trick you out your position. Ultimately, they'll trick you out your position, whether it's your freedom or your opportunities. They'll trick you out your position. Don't let nobody trick you out your freedom, bro. Don't let nobody trick you
Now
out your position at all.
let your anger put you in the position where they don't care about the outcome. I.e., now you in jail because you blew up and you didn't need to. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean?
Straight up. All you had to do was respond, but you reacted because the narcissist wanted you to. Now you're in a situation where they don't care about your outcome. They sure don't. They sure are about to go to the club anyway afterwards.
While you sitting in jail, they're gonna be texting him or her, the same person that they was texting after all your arguments. Now the coast is clear and they can really
Oh
love you.
yeah,
So
absolutely.
you
Now
just
we can
sold
be
your
out. Now we
freedom.
can be out about in front of everybody. You know what I'm saying? We turned up. We lit. Straight up.
I ain't gotta hide no more. You didn't sacrifice your freedom for somebody who wouldn't sacrifice a glass of water for you. You know what I mean? And they
Listen,
won't do it.
listen. Those moments where they can find reasons to separate from you when they do that, it's with their off with the other supply. Straight up, because those arguments be random and they be for no reason. Why are we arguing and why are we separating? Because of this argument is so stupid that I don't see you until 8 o'clock p.m. next day.
They own dirt. That's all that is. And when a person cheats on you, don't internalize it. It's not about you. If I wanted to go run and just jump off a bridge tomorrow, you know what I mean, hang glide out of nowhere, nobody can tell me not to do it because I want to do it myself. That ain't got nothing to do with nobody's decision making but mine. If a person wants to step out, guy or girl, and do whatever they want to do, let them because they grown adults. And cheating is never an accident. That is a premeditated set of steps of behaviors. Premeditated behaviors. Cheating never an accident.
Yeah,
You
the
don't just,
purple
oh,
passion,
I accidentally did this.
the lie. They're all good at the lie. They're good at once they figure out how you see the world, they'll try to recreate that, recreate a false one. You know what I'm saying? And get you to believe in that one, not the one that you had already had for yourself. You feel what I'm saying? They're really good at that. They're really good at learning you and learning your those pillow talk moments. They internalize and all of that as a means to manipulate you as clean and swift as possible, as precise as possible, on some shinobi type shit.
Shinobi, wow.
You know what I'm saying? They gonna assassinate.
Shinobi.
They gonna assassinate you on some shinobi shit, straight up.
So, in
I didn't
conclusion,
mean to
Purple
say it like
Passion.
that. You two gonna take that. My bad.
I caught her on a day site. Caught her on a day site. She was like, I don't see nothing wrong with it. I only went there because I was bored. I still love you. Happy in our relationship. Don't trip. Occupy your.
Man,
He said his ex told him not to be mad that he caught her on a dating site. She was just bored and it's harmless.
listen.
That just made me tired, bro.
That just made me tired. It could because the exhaustion. Um, it's
Made
just
me
the
tired.
exhaustion. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'll be tired. Like that made me feel like I was right there dealing with it, thinking to myself, why am I dealing with this again? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not. Nah, there's no way. Because you're bored, you got on a dating site, you have nothing else better to do. Most of the time, y'all, most people, not even just narcissists, just toxic people in general, they don't got nothing else better to do besides mess with
Yeah.
people online. They ain't got nothing else better to do. They don't go to the gym. They don't read books. They just got mess with people online. You know what I'm saying?
just bothering people because those people are always searching for outward stimulation, always searching
Always.
for outside stim, always. That's why when you feel like you're tired, always having to perform a dog and pony show to keep these narcissistic people occupied all the time. They need something new every single day. That's another definition, another example. I'm saying always pouring into somebody's cup and they got a hole at the bottom of it. And once you fail at keeping them entertained, the whole world is your fault and you a bad spouse. It's like, no.
Um,
If she was that bored, why did she go get a trade or something? Go HVAC.
Quit
Cause you
worrying
bored.
about the new supply. The new supply is starting. It has to do the same fire ring circus that you was doing. You know what I'm saying? They doing the same work, if not double time, because now they got to be two different trick animals in the circus. They gotta be the one that's gonna comply with it and try to incorporate themselves as much as possible. And the narcissist is gonna phase that show out anyway. That you
Phase it
show
out.
out, we gonna phase that out. They ain't attracted enough. You know what I'm saying? Straight up.
Phase it out. The entertainment. I'm like, if you so bored, why don't you go pick up a hobby? Go outside, go play handball on the wall,
We
something
need we
like
need
that.
to we need to go to a new restaurant to gain more calories, so we can stress eat together. Oh yeah, let's talk about it. Come on, man.
And you gonna pay for it.
Mhm.
And you gonna pay for it
I'm
too.
gonna
You
talk
gonna pay
about it.
for the
I'm gonna
meal.
bring it up. I'm gonna bring it up for sure.
Thank you for speaking. Now for real NRG, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah, they
no
you go
worries.
you go it's a circus. And you'll wake up always being exhausted because it's like today is a new issue that I have to figure out now. I can't even deal with you. And it's like I can't even heal with you because I'm too busy dealing with you. I'm not healing with you.
Mhm.
I'm dealing with you every single day. I'm not healing with you. I'm dealing with you. Like if I wake up automatically thinking of you as a task, I can't date you. I'm handling you. We're not in harmony. I'm in handle mode with you. You see what I'm saying? It's like what now? Or you want to go somewhere now? Or you want to go do this? And what did you do to deserve us to go to this new 5-star restaurant after I just woke back up from an argument? I went to sleep at 5 and I had to be up at
I
8
look,
and
man.
work
Listen,
12
listen,
hours.
listen, listen, listen. We done got an argument at 4 o'clock at night. I didn't wake up until noon the next day because we. I'm so exhausted. You know what I'm saying? But for real though, like what we see, yeah. You gotta let them have a circus for sure,
People need to hear the real without text. But man, the best teacher is experience, man.
man.
Been there. Like, and then you'll be like, why should I take you out anywhere after what you just did? After how you was
It,
acting,
it's
after the
it's it's
disrespect.
it's it's just the constant need for entertainment that narcissist has to have. You know what I'm saying? It's an insatiable thirst on some vampire shit that that any current supply is going to have to keep up with that thirst. And just know that it's not sustainable. Remember, you couldn't sustain it either. I couldn't either. You know what I'm saying? So like they're going to continue to do that with the new supply and the next supply and so on and so on and so on until they they listen. The karma is the narcissist is their own karma. Simple as that. You know what I'm saying?
They gotta live to be them. They gotta live to be them.
Oh
And
yeah,
they're all
I
they,
seen
they
Black Eye. Look, Sonny. Have you seen the Black Eyes, y'all?
explain that.
I've seen it. I seen it one time. We got into an argument one day, and I was sitting here thinking to myself. I was sitting. I saw it, and I was like, "Dang, am I tripping? Is your eyes completely black, talking to me crazy?" You know what I'm saying?
Like Uncle Charles off the Bone Thug Harmony
Hmm.
video when he went like this.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen them. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised because I wouldn't be surprised, you know. And another thing too, you got to think many narcissists have vices. They always have an addictive personality. They have a lot of addictions because they're always trying to fill that up with some void they keep trying to run from.
Nah, fact.
Like there's some void they trying to run from. So you wouldn't be surprised if they, you know, drink a lot, or you know, or have any other some other form of addiction. Typically narcissism, oftentimes, not all the time, oftentimes has a co-occurring addiction. They have a vice, something they're trying to run from, always trying to party, always trying to run from things, might have aggression issues, might have different addictions to things, might have different addictions to substances, alcohol, whatever, you know what I mean, just off of the strength of that, because they're using these things as coping mechanisms. They also probably have an addiction to chaos too. Hence why they argue with you a lot. They're always trying to get that tension off.
They gotta have that that dope. It's dopamine is what it really is. They need a dopamine high. You know what I'm saying? If you're not feeding them with dopamine, they not trying to really pay you no mind no way. Especially if you're too boring for them and you're not spontaneous enough. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna always find individuals um, in your camp, whether it's other friends, that the coworkers, or somebody you have kinfolk with. You know what I'm saying? It's about, can you feed the artificial world, the um what's the world, make believe. you got to be able
Hmm.
you got to be able to feed that world to them, otherwise they're not listening to you. You know what I'm saying? Because you're speaking control to them when you speak accountability. You're speaking control to them when you're speaking normal. You're speaking control to them when you're telling them to be a genuine human being. You feel what I'm saying? So they're gonna run away from what you're talking about.
It's like the nerve of you to get mad at me because I want you to be a decent person. The nerve of you, I want you to get mad. That I want you to be a different. But you got any last words? 'Cause I'm about to dip out.
Yeah, yeah, we gonna get out of here. You said say it one more time. Nah. Oh, I'm saying, but nah, we're gonna get up out of here, y'all. It was cool chit chatting with y'all, man. You know what I'm saying?
Over 30 selfies in a month, nothing but her on Instagram. Ugh, that's trifling. Get off the internet, man.
Right. But all
I
right, y'all.
appreciate you for having me, fool.
We gonna get up out of here. She said, "Nah." How you said?
You said dopamine with an F.
Oh, my bad. My dopamine. My bad. Dopamine. My bad. I did say it. Now I can hear why you said that. All right. We out, y'all. We gonna catch y'all in the next video, man. All right.
All right. Why just press this X up to the top?